the last couple of years, Arizona's really experienced some deep water cuts. And those proposals that were made this week means more water cuts are in the future. Yuma Valley here in Arizona is known as the salad bowl of the U.S. Farmers plant 2 to 3 crops annually, but they say these water cuts continue. They fear it will threaten agriculture in this sunny state. Every year, millions of pounds of produce are picked and packed in Yuma County, Arizona. This desert state is home to one of the most fruitful gardens in the U.S., and the roots of this labor run deep.
I would be 4th generation.
Ryan Lee began working in the fields at just 12 years old.
That's all I've grown up wanting to do, watching my grandfather and my father.
A calling Ryan stepped into as his father retired.
My son owns it totally now. This is Ryan right here.
Ryan now carries on the family legacy down another generation.
I got this map, and then I put the ranches that the Lees own. I marked it. It ranges from one end of the valley all the way over to the other end.
We grow everything from broccoli, cauliflower, iceberg lettuce, mixed lettuce, green leaf, red leaf. We transitioned to some kales.
More than 175 different crops are grown in Yuma Valley. Winter crops include 75 varieties of lettuce, leafy greens layered with history.
This is my great-great-grandfather, Jose Maria Redondo. He came here in 1858, one of the first non-natives to divert water out of the Gila River.
In 1909, the first of many dams was built on the Colorado River. Today, water diverted from that river irrigates tens of thousands of acres of farmland, proudly coined the salad bowl of the U.S. The agriculture oasis in Yuma Valley puts food on the table and employs thousands of workers year-round. Eloy Montoya is a field manager. He spent the last 35 years of his life working these fields.
He says about 70% of the workforce out here comes from Mexico to help harvest these farmlands.
Roughly 90% of all winter leafy greens in the U.S. are grown here in Yuma Valley. It's fertile land and nearly year-round sunshine cultivated this billion-dollar industry. But some farmers say as they look towards the future, the writing is on the wall. Their biggest worry? Water cuts.
For me as a farmer, it's scary.
Agriculture is a $23 billion industry in Arizona and consumes the most water. But as the drought persists and intensifies, experts say water cuts are inevitable. In 2021, the U.S. Secretary of the Interior declared the very first Tier 1 shortage for the Colorado River, followed by a Tier 2 in 2022. It triggered historic water cuts as water levels in Lake Mead dropped to an alarming low. Arizona took the biggest hit in 2023 with a 21% water cut from the Colorado River.
I would call it critical because that means it's time to act.
Chelsea McGuire, the Director of Government Relations at Arizona Farming Bureau, says water cuts in 2022 dried up roughly 50 to 60% of agriculture in Pinal County, an industry that produces $2.3 billion worth of economic revenue. The Yuma region has priority to water rights, but some worry that power could be limited.
There's no silver bullet. I believe that solution is going to be painful for everybody involved. And for it to be effective, it kind of has to be, right? Cities have to feel the pain. Growth and development has to adjust. Agriculture has to adjust as well to a drier future and to a drier reality.
Bruce says if significant water cuts were to hit Yuma Valley in the future, it would pose a threat to residents, workers, and a nation that relies on Yuma Valley for their produce.
There's an old saying that whiskey's for drinking and water's for fighting. There'll be some fighting. We can give up some. How much, I don't know. But we can't give it all. It'll kill Yuma to give it all up.
Ryan says it's more than just a farm. It's about the workers he considers family and the opportunity for his children to continue a family legacy.
We have generations of memories on these lands, and we've worked with generations of help and people that have come and gone through our doors.
Now, the investments in water infrastructure have been made here in the state of Arizona, and some say it's a step in the right direction, but still so many concerns of what this future would look like if the Colorado River continues to dry up. And look, we talked to those field workers, and tomorrow we bring you the story of the commute they make from Mexico into Arizona and onto the fields and the back-breaking work they do in order to put food on the table and bring so much produce to your grocery stores.